Okay, now our goal is to actually do something with this code. So right now this code is just random code that runs whenever. Okay, just runs randomly. What I want to do is convert this into a function so I can actually call it several times. So I'll say here function find all, and I'll make this taking a file name as the parameter, and I'll do that. So this code basically is to find all the data. So I can highlight this information here. I'll do Control X. I'll put it in here, Control V. And I have a few files. I have the 10 JSON and I have the 73. Sometimes I want to read that file and sometimes I want to read the other file. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, we're not going to hard code this value. We're going to put the file name here. So now this is an input, and then we have the chance to read both of the files. Okay, so I can call it either with 10 JSON or 73 JSON. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these console logs because that's not, usually don't, that's just there for debugging purposes. And let's do that. Okay, so read line. Okay, so now how do I call this function? And now we wanted to return some data. So in the example, I wanted to return, let's say I wanted to return all the data. That's what this find all method means. So I'm going to say here var, I'll call it rows, and that rows will be an array, and I will tell it to in rows, I want it to push I'm sorry, in the wrong place. I actually want to push it here. Push that data into here. So remember what's going to happen. This is going to process one row at a time. So this line represents the current row. We're going to push that line into the rows here. And then we're going to say here at the end, return rows. Okay. So let's see if this method is working. I'll say here, let's say here, we'll say here find all. We'll put in the name of the function here. That let's say the name of the file, I'm sorry, 10 data.json. We'll say here, I'll call this let all rows, and then we'll say here console log all rows. Let's save it, clear the screen. I'll run it again, redirect it to that file. Let's go to the report file. This report file has an empty array. Now remember what we stated, that is this gets called later on, this portion right here, which is, this is the callback, and that might get executed in 3 or 4 seconds. And this code will allow you to continue, and it'll let you continue the rows here. I might have pushed all the rows here, but that might have happened much later. So what's happening here is that this is being done in the background, and this line gets executed. And that's why when you look here, you just get an empty array, okay? Because it's not quite finished yet, and it's allowed you to continue. Now we need a way to get access to that data from the outside world. As of right now, we can't get to it. I'll continue.